Obviously, the Niger Delta militants are very angry with the governors of the South states because, of course, they've been expecting that the South governors would actually do the right thing, but unfortunately, they've not been cooperating and they've not been putting the right things in place in most of the South states. And you know that even the governors of the South states have actually been, they actually made a demand to President Muhammadu Buhari, saying that if these demands are not met, then something is going to happen. You can check our previous post for that because, the South governors have a lot of requests from the federal government because they are being shot. Most of their demands are not even met at all, especially one demand that they requested from the president, asking that if Zamfara could, make use of their gold within their states and, a percentage is given to the federal government. Why is that not also happening in the Niger Delta region? That the percentage that comes to the state is actually very small, and they are requesting that it should be increased, and the state should rather be the ones to give or say what they want to allocate to federal government, because they are the ones actually making use of their gold in Zamfara. So many requests, and I hope the governor is working on it. But guess what is happening here? The Niger Delta militants are actually working against the South governors. They have requested that the president should dismiss every demand by the South governors. Well, let us find out why this is happening and why they are not cooperating with the South governors on this very matter. More details will come to you shortly, but please, if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please ensure you hit the subscribe button and also give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you get updated anytime we drop a new video. All right, my people, yes, this is Saffron Media, where we give you the best and most exciting happenings in Nigeria. Okay, without wasting much of your time, let us dive right into the details of this. As it says, a coalition of 9 militant groups under the auspices of Reform Niger Delta Avengers RNDA has asked the federal government to throw away the 7-point demand made by South leaders and governors during the presidential parley in Port Harcourt. They insist that until the governors start releasing 13% derivation fund directly to the oil-producing communities, they should not be regarded as worthy leaders to be listened to. They have also asked the governors to account for about 50 trillion naira derivation fund they had so far received from the federal government. South governors, leaders, and others at a stakeholders meeting on Tuesday in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, with a federal government delegation led by the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, tabled the 7-point demand after a botched meeting the previous week. However, a commanding officer of RNDA, self-professed Major General John Mark Ezonebi, aka Obama, in an electronic statement said the 7-point demand by six People's Democratic Party (PDP) and governors of the South at this time has political undertone. RNDA also accused the governors of underdeveloping Niger Delta and misappropriating over 40 trillion naira derivation funds, saying they had no honorable standing to make demands on the federal government. The militants in their demand said RNDA and the 9 militant groups vehemently rejected and opposed the 7-point demands made by the governors of the South region following their meeting with a delegation of the federal government headed by the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, at Port Harcourt, Rivers State. The 7-point demand for restructuring through federalism, resource control, and others at this point in time after the NSAS youth protest, which now negates 21-day ultimatum by RNDA, should not be taken seriously because they lack the moral right to ask for any such 7-point demands. If anything, and if at all, the governor should first of all come out openly to give proper account of the over 44.9 trillion naira to 50 trillion that these South governors have collected from the federal government as 13% derivation fund through the federation accounts all these years without any tangible, meaningful people-oriented human capital development to address the sufferings of the people of the oil-rich region. This is why the oil and gas producing communities demand that the federal government should stop henceforth paying the 13% derivation funds to governors. The governors are owing debts to the tune of over 2 trillion naira. Records from the debt management office shows the South-South state alone is indebted to the tune of 1.4 trillion naira, the group said. According to the militant group, there is a breakdown to show that out of the 13% derivation funds, the governors in the South-South region have collected from 1999 to 2018, Akwa Ibom 1.47 trillion, Bayelsa 1.09 trillion, Cross Rivers 278.12 billion, Delta State 39.9 trillion naira, Edo State 84.54 billion naira, and Rivers 1.44 trillion naira. Yet the oil and gas producing communities, which are the legitimate owners of these 13% funds through the proceeds of the crude oil production from their backyards, are still wallowing in abject poverty. With all these huge amounts in trillions in the hands of these South-South governors, and now they still have the temerity to demand for restructuring and resource control. How will that be possible at this point in time? The South-South governors cannot fool us anymore. Our governors have embezzled and mismanaged these monies with their cronies and nothing to show. No meaningful project. No people-oriented human capital development in the creeks, and nothing reasonable to show for the huge amounts collected. Well, I think their demand is actually tenable, and if it's well reasoned, it makes a lot of sense. But at the same time, the governors are I cannot really speak for Nigerian politicians, because majorly they are after their own pockets, not really after the people of the state, and they really do not care about any capital project in the state, because even just making roads motorable for people is really difficult for them, so let alone other meaningful projects for others. So I cannot really blame these militant groups, but I hope this does not cause another breakdown in the region, because now that the militants are after the governors and requesting that all the trillions are being given to them, why just 13% coming or going to the youth in the state? Well, that is it, guys. If you have anything to say about this, please drop it in the comment section and tell us what you think about all of this that is going on in the Niger Delta region and the South-South region. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for staying tuned. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.